chapter 6. I want to pick up in verse 10. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness. You see Paul's worldview. This is his perspective on the world around us. Austin's out here, the sun is shining, traffic going up and down the highways. This is an accurate assessment of what's around us. You have Christians who wrestle not against flesh and blood. You have demonic powers, satanic powers, all rulers, authorities, cosmic powers, and they're over the present darkness. Spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Therefore, since we wrestle against these powers, therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all to stand firm. Stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth, having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and as shoes for your feet, having put on the readiness given by the gospel of peace. In all circumstances, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. Verse 18 is where I want to pay particular attention. Pray at all times in the Spirit, with all prayer and supplication. To that end, keep alert. Why keep alert? Because of verse 12. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We're to stay alert. We're to stay awake. How do you stay alert? How do you stay awake? By praying at all times in the Spirit, with all prayer and supplication. To that end, keep alert with all perseverance, making supplication for all the saints, and also for me. The words may be given to me in my mouth boldly to proclaim the mystery of the gospel, which I am an ambassador in chains, that I may declare it boldly as I ought to speak. Now, if you've heard Tawfiq, Lord willing, just kind of happened because of my wife's health that we were planning on staying in Bastrop for 3 weeks, 3 weekends, and just my wife became convinced Bastrop was not the place to escape from the problems that she's going through health-wise. But because I had already shifted the schedule in San Antonio, and I was already, I guess the plans were made for me to preach here, I figured, well, there's no reason changing that. So, like it or not, you've got me for the next 3 weeks. My goal is this, to do some foundational things. Look, let's shoot straight. This church, where's it going to be at in a year? Where's it going to be at in 5 years? I know some things about church planting. I don't know everything. And all I do know is just what I see in Scripture, and it's come from practical observation in seeing the Scriptures applied. I know this: if this church is going to succeed, if it's going to flourish, if it's going to be fruitful, if it's going to grow spiritually, grow numerically, and the one I want to deal with today has to do with prayer. I am absolutely convinced, I'll make no qualms about it, and I can prove this from Scripture. God's people have to be praying. God's people need God. and you get God and you get what God can give, and you call upon Him, and He has promised in Scripture to answer the prayers. Churches that don't pray are proud, they're independent, they don't need God. That's why they don't pray. Desperate people pray. You need to be a desperate people. Listen, if we just looked at the size of the church, you should be desperate. If you think about your own spiritual condition, you ought to be desperate. Which husband has his act all together? Which husband has his family all in order just as he wants? Which of you mothers are just where you need to be before the Lord? I mean, the reality is we are weak people. We are weak in numbers. We are weak when it comes to our own needed strength. We're dead in the water. Which one of you can change or transform Boston? Who can even change one of your children's hearts? We're weak. And the reality is, the reality is this. I think the church I pastor is small. This church is small. This church is hidden away inside a hotel. You don't have visibility to the highway. Who knows you're here? God knows you're here. What can you do in a city like this? What are you able to do? I'll tell you this, in your own strength, you're able to do zilch. But if God sets His hand upon you, what can you not do? I'll tell you this, historically, all the way through history, and you can go back all the way and look at the New Testament church. Churches that turned the world upside down also had prayer meetings where the place was shaken. That's just a reality. And so, we wrestle. You know what? You are not just here in a city of people dead in their trespasses and sins. What we just read in that passage right there is you're actually in a city that is full of cosmic powers set against you. What are you going to do? If you're fighting against angels, fallen angels, what hope do you have? Well, you only have one hope. That's that God comes and helps you. If He comes, they fall before you. But you got to lay hold of Him. And that's what God's people have always done. If you look at revivals, they've always accompanied by a renewal of prayer. You look at where a church has, look, you can look at churches like Spurgeon's, and you can say, good, powerful preacher. He drew people. Oh no, he'll take you in the basement. You know what he'll show you down there? He'll show you God's people in prayer. He'll show you a room full of God's people that were praying all the way through. He didn't just have prayer meetings before He preached and after He preached. We have that at our church. They actually had prayer meetings that went all the way through His preaching. Prayer. All prayer. You have to keep alert through prayer. You have to keep your eyes open in prayer. You know what happens? You keep alert. How do you keep alert in prayer? It's almost like prayer goes hand in hand with an alertness. How is that? I'll tell you this, you start praying, you start thinking, what is it we need? What is our condition? Where are we at? I'll tell you where you're at. You're in a place where you're not wrestling against flesh and blood. You're not wrestling against simply people who are hardened against the God of Scripture. You are up against rulers, authorities, cosmic powers, spiritual forces of evil. So let's pray. Father, I pray that you would help us out, help us in this place in a way that we would not otherwise be helped. If we had called upon you, answer your prayer. Anyway, Jim Elliot, in his journal, he prayed this way: God, make us dangerous. You ever think that way? Yeah, listen, who do we wrestle against? You know, when you talk about wrestling, but okay, typically when you go to wrestling, you don't think about killing each other. I guarantee you, the powers that wrestle against you want to destroy you. Do you know these powers that you wrestle against? They want to damn every one of your children. They want your children in hell. That's who you're wrestling against. It's not just like some guy in the wrestling match that if he beats you, then you get up and you go home and you eat and go to bed. This guy beats you, you're damned. And so is your family, your children, your neighbors. That's who you're wrestling against. And listen, we're supposed to put on this armor, and he kind of wraps the whole thing up after he talks about a shield and a helmet and coverings for the feet and just the whole decked out armor of God that we're supposed to be wearing. You got a sword of the Spirit. But you know, in the end, it kind of cloaks it all of it with prayer. Listen, I haven't been here in years. I used to come every week to the prayer meeting. Thursday nights. You guys do it Wednesdays now. I don't know what the prayer meetings are like. I don't know how full they are. I'll tell you this. Our church started with 10 members on the east side. And my desire is everybody comes to the prayer meeting. You got to be at the prayer meeting. Why? You want to take a pulse of the church? Look at the prayer meeting. If it's half dead, people have much better things to do. You're not taking this battle seriously. I guarantee you that. You've got to wrap all of this up in prayer. You want to be dangerous? Like Jim Elliot said, God, make us dangerous. You're never going to be dangerous unless one of the things that this church is known for is prayer. They pray. They may not be big. They may not be many in number. They may not have much money. They may not have this or that or the other thing. But you know what? That church prays. I remember the church that sent me, and initially it was 11 others. We lost 2, so we were down to 10. But that church that sent us out, I remember one time I was in Fellowship Sunday and standing in the food line, and there was a guy behind me. He just moved from another church, and he said, I cannot believe how much this church accomplishes being so small. And I turned to him and I said, this church prays. I recognized it was not because of the people. It was because of the God of those people. Prayer. Dangerous. God make us dangerous. But you need to be people of dangerous prayer. And there's a reality. We're fighting. We're wrestling. We're in this thing.